Welcome back, everyone, to the Drowned Shores. In our last session of the campaign, our group of adventurers finally left the comforts of Lilyway and set off with Crackbeak into the depths of the nearby Chenogg Rainforest in order to finally find the treasure of the Devil's Tide, what you had all come here mostly to find in the first place. You have your fragments of the astrolabe, the keys as you have been told, and you are about a day and a half into the rainforest of what should be around a 5-day trip. On your first day, it was a relatively peaceful experience, aside from, the dinosaurs that came to greet you. But, thankfully, there was no need to fight them, and you all were pretty easily able to skirt around them and avoid them. Day 2, mid-morning to right around noon, was when you all came across what you've just escaped from. Some sort of mass execution site, it seemed. Hundreds of decayed bodies and humanoid skeletons strewn about an ash-choked clearing that seemed to trap you all inside with it. You all relatively quickly made your way through to the other side, finding yourself at what appeared to be some form of ritual table. Not entirely certain what it was for. You had some ideas what the magic could create in the first place, but you weren't 100% certain, and decided instead to quickly head out and press forward into the rainforest. And that's pretty much where we're picking up. You guys left that area perhaps about an hour ago, and it is up to you if you have anything you would like to do, if you're just continuing on towards your destination, if there's any conversation you want to have as you're going.
We're just following Crackbeak.
Yeah, he's kind of in the back pointing you in the direction to go. He is primarily letting you all determine and lead the expedition. He's just giving directions.
Um, uh, Ecclesia will keep an eye out for any of the compies that might still be around, and whenever she sees one, she'll throw some jerky at them.
Okay. Fantastic. Anyone else with anything particular they'd like to be doing?
Watching out for danger.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll probably just be doing search.
Okay. Then anyone who's just keeping an eye out as you go can go ahead and give me those perception checks. It's starting off strong.
Oh wow, I remembered my last roll from last
Yeah.
week.
Occasionally pretty good at that sort of thing.
It's almost as if there's a log.
All right. As the day progresses onwards, the air slowly growing more and more humid, also sweat sort of dropping in rivers down your backs. Thankfully, but perhaps a bit surprisingly, you don't really come across many creatures. There are certainly a large number of insects and the occasional animal of a relatively small size you come across as you are making your way through the jungle, but for the most part, aside from the wind howling, the heat in the air, the buzzing of the various insects, it remains a peaceful journey. Akleji and Alistair, can the two of you also give me a blind survival check, please?
Okay. Are you sure you want me giving you the survival check?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no.
I have a
Oh.
+1 to it.
I have a +2.
Ouch.
About 3 hours after leaving the clearing, it's maybe about 3 in the afternoon at this point in the time, at this point in the day, though it's a little hard to tell on occasion. Akleji, you notice that it isn't just humid that's causing you all to sweat so much. There is a constant increase in the temperature around you all, it feels. Just slowly heating up, unnaturally so.
Uh, oh, this ain't right, guys. It's way too hot. Like, I don't mean that like in a complaint. I mean it's way too hot. You can feel it, right? Can one of you smart magic people try and get this figured out?
I will recall knowledge.
Sure.
The only thing I'm good for is a religion check, so
Certainly try.
Could very well be some kind of divine effect.
I just thought it was because we're in a jungle.
Yeah, I mean the jungle's hot, but I come from the jungle, and this is way hotter than the jungle should be.
Is anyone aside from Kin attempting a check?
Can I try a nature check? Or
Sure.
recall knowledge? I guess I could just do it as recall knowledge. Where is it?
I'll throw my hat into the ring. It's not a very good hat, but we'll see.
Hmm. Kin, Alistair, Akleji, the three of you taking some time to think about it. I mean, as Alistair said, it is the jungle. It is hot. It could just be that there's a heat wave coming through right now.
Okay. Well, just keep an eye on it. Like, I swear, something's not right about this. Even if we don't know what it is, there's something wrong here.
Everyone just keep pay attention to your bodies, and if you feel lightheaded or feel any adverse effects, we can always find shade and take a break.
Aside from that sort of gradual increase in temperature, it isn't much at any given time, but over the course of the afternoon, it gets hotter and hotter, and normally you would expect it to begin to cool down as the sun sets and the evening approaches, at least to some extent, but as you all are completing perhaps the last hour or so of your march for the day before looking for a place to set up camp, the temperature seems to be increasing ever further to the point that it's beginning to feel almost as if you are directly near a roaring hearth, something that's getting accurate or acutely uncomfortable to be near.
Uh,
Hmm.
didn't do one of you funny magic people have like ice magic or something?
I have frostbite, but that hurts you. I'm gonna cast
Samudra
detect
could
magic.
always Samudra could always trigger her curse and give us some AC.
Oh well,
Rosie
if that'll
splash.
take
There we
us
go.
some time.
Yeah, it is specifically a splash of cold water, Samudra, so that's fantastic. And you can just cast that whenever. They won't necessarily gain the temp HP consistently, but you can continuously splash water on people. Again, even when Samudra is not casting Rousing Splash, there is magic within 30 feet of you.
Yes, there is magic in the area that's likely causing this heat, but I can't locate it.
Ecclesia's gonna do just a regular perception check. Take a look around, see if she can find some demon lurking in the bushes that's making them hot.
A demon lurking in the bushes making you guys hot.
Well,
What a world.
I don't know.
Is the demon single?
Yes, but they're not here.
Damn it! Why do you hate me, Jericho? Just asking.
Because it brings me joy.
Ye-
Oh, looking for love in the wrong places in the middle of a jungle.
Hey, I come from the middle of a jungle.
Well, yes, but there's no civilization here. It's just
Well, there
a jungle.
was. You found their corpses a ways back.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're all dead now.
Ecclegi, no, you do not notice anything out of the ordinary in your group's direct vicinity at this point in time.
Crackbeak, do you know anything about the nature of this treasure? Would it be causing this sort of heat wave?
The treasure. Well, the treasure, for the most part, is a great big pile of coin and other goods, trade goods and whatnot. So,
No unusual artifacts?
it shouldn't be.
Um, Ecclesia's gonna shrug and say, "Well, if nobody else has any bright ideas, I guess the only thing we can do is march on while Samudra splashes us with water." Thanks, by the way, Samudra.
You guys want me to roll a perception check and search?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that wants to, I figure, can.
So,
No harm in taking a look around. There's a whole bunch of leaves, smokes. There's trees. There's bugs. Well, not a bad place to be around. It's not particularly nice, but nothing that you notice seems to affect the heat.
I'll get in on that perception rules just in case.
Why not? Anyone who wants to join. Alistair, Kin, both of you rolled. River and Samudra, if either of you would like to roll as well, you're more than welcome to. Let's get the whole gang in on this.
It's a percept party.
The real truth. It's a bunch of compies running behind you guys with embers.
Oh, the sneaky guys.
My knowledge check on this heat, did I critically fail? So I have dubious knowledge.
Dubious knowledge is you get something wrong and something right about it, yeah?
Yeah.
Fuck. Ah!
Sorry. I'm sorry I've done this to you.
No worries. You did critically fail, unfortunately.
Okay. Makes sense.
Let's see. River, you actually notice something, especially as Samudra is splashing water on people and making everyone's clothes damp, a bit more so than the humidity and the sweat is causing in the first place. You notice that the hems of a lot of people's pants and their shoes, whatever people use for foot coverings here, seem to be coated in some sort of blackened ash that is glowing orange slightly, as if there are embers within them.
Hey, Sammy, can you do that little water thing and try to, you know, scrub some of our clothing? Because if you lovely people take a look at the hems of your clothes and your shoes. Maybe that's what's making you fucking hot.
Oh. Oh, that's grody. Does this splash of water from Samudra get the ash out?
With your attention being brought to it, solely focusing the splash of the water on it, it does begin to wash away the ashes, but not instantly. It's almost like they're clinging to you, like it's like they've attached to you in a way. So splashing definitely gets some off, and you notice the ashes that are washed off start slowly moving back towards your feet. You definitely can probably outpace them if you want, both moving away and pouring water on them. But it is strange how the ashes are acting.
Advise on it. Can we make recall knowledges again?
You may attempt to recall knowledges on this again.
Yeah. Okay, now you have something to look at. Wow.
This is not something any of you have ever seen before, unfortunately. With your dubious knowledge, Kin, I mean, perhaps these ashes are somehow sentient and are following you. Perhaps, I don't know, maybe something from that execution site earlier today has attached to you. I don't know.
Did anyone check anything from her? I didn't think we did.
When we walked through it.
No, you
But-
convinced me not to take anything.
So right now it's following us, it's not on us anymore.
Yeah, if you're continuing to go, and once you get a certain distance away, close to about 60 feet from any of the ashes that have been washed off, they stop moving. They stop attempting to approach you.
That's certainly strange.
I take one step back, does it start moving again?
Give me a will save, Kin.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Just had to test it, didn't you?
Yes.
I'm at hero point.
Oh, okay.
10. Oh my god. Well, I got my hero point back. I should
Not
get 2, but
Not only does it start moving again, it seems to teleport and is, before you even realize it, coating your feet again.
Why would you tempt fate that way?
I didn't know it could teleport. Jesus Christ. All right,
At
all right.
this point, Kin,
Wrong timeline.
Abadar's.
please take 6 points of fire damage as the ash seemingly appears out of nowhere and coats your feet. The embers glow even hotter and burst into flame.
Oh shit!
Okay. So splash me again and let's get out of here. 60 feet away at least. Hopefully that deals with it.
Perhaps we might want to find a body of water and do a thorough cleaning of our equipment.
You guys are easily able to splash water on the burning feet and quickly distance yourself from the remnants of these ashes. Alistair, if you wanted to try and search for a body of water, you guys could. That's going to be a survival check to do so.
Do we even have anyone trained in survival?
I think I am. That's a +3.
No.
You are
only
you and Samudra are the only people trained in survival.
I have a +4 and I'm untrained.
Yeah, technically River has the highest modifier simply because River has key attribute is wisdom. Okay. This did not need to be blind necessary, and a 16 is very good, Samudra. Yeah, I'd say if you guys wanted to, you could definitely detour a little bit to find a body of water. Samudra, thankfully, you have a almost sixth sense for areas you can go swimming at.
Does she though?
Yeah. They're not necessarily safe places to go swimming at, but hey, they're bodies of water nonetheless, and that's what matters right now, I think.
Water is water.
Water is water. All right. You all...
Once we're...
Oh, yes?
I was just going to say, once we're there, I would like to do a treat wounds on Kin.
Sure. Easy enough to do. I won't even require a roll. You can just pop yourself back up to full if you'd like. You guys do eventually find another small stream cutting through the jungle that you guys are able to take some time and fully wash yourselves off if you would like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Right. Take some time, you wash yourselves off, you make sure there's no remaining smoke or ash attached to you at all. And pretty soon after that, the sun is fully set. It's probably time to set up camp for the evening. So if you guys have anything you'd like to do at camp, if you have watches you want to set after that, now would be the time to do so.
Watch out for those ashes. I can do first watch.
Akleji will take third watch in the middle of the night because she has dark vision.
Ooh, good call. I do not, so I need to do first watch.
Oh, yeah. I can do second then, I guess. So only two of us have dark vision.
And I have light prepared, but I'm gonna go with Read Aura tomorrow. I don't know why they ever split those two spells, or that into two spells, but
Voids been split, haven't they?
in 1E, I don't remember, honestly. It's like detect magic is almost useless.
Well, at low ranks it's a little sketchy, but it gets a bit better at higher ranks. I like it.
True.
And telling
True.
you if there is magic or not can help confirm suspicions on things. Alright. Well, if people are taking watches, they're more than welcome to give me a either perception check or survival check, your choice. I feel like I know what everyone's going to choose, but
Yeah.
I have to keep reminding myself this is a party where no one has survival.
I might have to get myself trained in that if we're going to be sailing the seas
Well,
and having to
sailing lore will
navigate.
make a solid replacement for it the vast majority of the time.
Okay.
Once you guys are on the ocean. It's just when
I'll
you're
probably-
inland like this.
Yeah, I'll probably pick it up once I get a skill increase.
Yeah. Anyone who's human can take skill training as an ancestry feat at some point if they wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, the good news is you guys found the ashes earlier, so you don't risk a wildfire starting in the middle of your camp
Oh, God.
tonight.
I wasn't even thinking of that.
Thankfully, the flames will burn far, far away from where you are at the moment. And the entirety of the night passes in relative peace. I did want to ask, Akleji, you had potentially mentioned wanting to sneak off in the middle of the night to go try and loot the funny place. Is that still on your mind?
No, not after the ashes.
Not
no.
after the... Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm quite certain.
Fair enough. Then the rest of the night passes in peace and humidity. Strangely enough, Alistair, Kin, Smokes, and Akleji, the four of you all sort of notice on your watches that... Actually, I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it differently. Apologies. Alistair.
Yeah.
As you are in the middle of your watch, you begin to notice at the edge of your vision what appears to be a heavy curtain of mist begin to form in the air.
Huh. Is it coming towards us, or is it just there?
No, this is perhaps 100 feet away at the edge of the light. it seems to be gradually condensing itself. It started out maybe being about 20 feet wide, this kind of curtain of it, and it is slowly shrinking together.
Can I do a recall knowledge to try and make sense of it?
You can try.
I will try.
My guy, that is mist, you think.
Mm.
It just looks weird. All right, I'll make a
Throw a
roll of it.
flaming torch at it.
What's that?
Throw a flaming torch at it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It's like 100 feet away. I'm not going that far.
As it condenses in on itself, it does appear to be morphing slightly into a very, very vague human form. You can sort of see the idea of legs and arms, the general shape of a head. You can even see sort of recessed points in the mist that give the hint of facial features. But this is a very like it's very like you kind of have to use your imagination to reach that point, but you can kind of see it.
It's still like 100 feet away.
Yeah, hasn't moved closer at all.
I'll observe it for now. See if it does anything.
Seems to just be kind of floating there a couple inches off the ground, facing in your direction if you were to apply that sort of humanoid shape to it in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Almost sort of like it's staring at your group, but it's kind of a stretch to reach that.
Right. I will observe it and inform whoever's watch is after me that something's there, but it doesn't seem to be directly threatening us. It just seems to be watching us.
I think that's a Kliji coming on to third watch after your second watch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, Kliji will give a nod and say, I don't know about you, but sooner we get out of this freaking place, the happier I'll be.
Hey. This place is strange.
And of course, Kliji will. Well, can she try recall knowledge now that she's been alerted to the weird mist?
I'm at this point. I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Realistically, there's not enough to go off of, and as you settle in for your watch, you can actually still see the mist over there. I'd say without any need for a roll, you're able to tell that there doesn't really seem to be an origin for this. It seems condensed in this one area. There's definitely something unnatural about it, but you've got no clue what.
Yeah. For now, Kliji will just keep an eye on it. She probably like kind of pulls out her rapier, just in case it decides to come at her, but she'll leave well enough alone for now.
Sure. The figure seems to persist throughout the night, being pointed out, I imagine, by each of you to the next person on watch. But
Uh,
mm-hmm.
Actually, I think at some point, Kliji, being kind of stupid and reckless, is going to call out to the mist.
Okay.
Hello?
First thing I have to ask, what language are you calling out in?
Common.
Okay. There is no response.
She'll try Orcish, though she doubts that'll get any other response. Yeah.
Can you give
but
me a
if it
diplomacy check, please?
what?
Diplomacy the mist.
There.
Wow.
There. I'm diplomacying the mist.
For a brief moment after you call out an Orcish, the features of the figure condense even further, and you could swear it takes on an appearance mimicking your own, and it smiles at you.
Nope, don't like that. Don't like that.
Before it seems to release tension and goes back to being mist in just a vague humanoid shape.
Okay, I'm not going to say anything else to the mist.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Well, are you going to point it out to the next person on the watch?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything they would like to do with the mist, as it is most likely going to just persist throughout the night?
I seriously want to throw something at it.
Oh my
It
god.
did show up after your watch, but it'll still be there in the morning if you want to throw something out at it then.
Would love to.
So, assuming no one else does anything, we will get to the morning when everyone is waking up and putting their camp away, getting their stuff ready for the day. And for the first time, Smokes, you see this mist-like apparition off in the distance.
So I pick up a rock and I throw it at it. Would I need to roll for that?
No roll needed here, unless you would like to give me an athletics check, in which case you may.
Sure.
Before you apply Mystic Armor to yourself, Ken, let me actually move my clock forward. There you go. Athletics, not perception, Smokes.
Oh, whoops. Why isn't it? I put it on athletics, but the dice is grayed out.
So that's the initiative. For your actual skills, you want to go to the tab on your character sheet that looks like a hand, and that's where
Got
your actual skill rolls are made from, aside from perception.
Got it.
All right. Yeah, you pick up a nearby stone, throw it at the mist. The rock pierces through this sort of figure, whatever it is.
Kluji will tell everybody about the trick where if you call out in your own language, it starts to look like you. I don't know if anybody else is stupid enough to try that, but she'll let people know either way.
Before anyone else can try it, the rock thrown by Smokes pierces through the area that would go for a head on this mist, and it shatters. And the rest of the mist body begins to slowly dissipate and vanish.
Oh.
There we go.
Smokes killed it.
The easy way to deal with your problems, just kill them. Throw rocks until they're gone.
Hopefully it didn't have friends that'll be mad at that.
You're in one of my games. Do you seriously think that'll be the end of it?
No.
All right. Well, is there anything you'd like to do before you guys head out? Is there anything you'd like to do while traveling today?
same thing as before for me, just looking for danger.
All right, absolutely.
Uh, hmm. Okay, I think I might try and investigate for a change.
Sure.
Yeah, just recall knowledge about the maybe some society or whatever, and maybe figure something out about the region.
Absolutely. Far be it from me to stop you.
Guess I'll just click the recall knowledge thing now.
Yeah.
That's my traveling activity.
Okay. All right, all right, all right. At about mid-morning, maybe about 3-4 hours after you get started for the day, probably closer to 3 hours, you guys once more begin to hear a barking sound in the undergrowth. The sound that you have come to recognize as being made by compies.
Zombies. Um, uh, uh, I think that a Kliji might rush forward a little bit. Not like run forward because she doesn't want to scare the compies, but she's gonna like go out in front.
Okay. As you step forward, around 4 compies come rushing out of the undergrowth and all kind of surround your legs.
Hey, hey fellas, want some more jerky? She'll pull out more jerky and start handing it to the compies.
As you hand jerky to them, you notice that their teeth are very bloody.
Oh, had a snack recently. Okay, okay.
But if you are handing them the jerky, they will happily take it before rushing back off into the undergrowth. Can you give me a nature check?
Sure.
Nice. Very nice.
Can't keep getting away with this.
I can and I will.
About 20 minutes after the compies run away, one of them comes running back with a large, old, mud-covered boot in its mouth that it drops at your feet.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And she'll, well, like singular boot.
One boot.
Um, a Kliji, is obviously she can't speak with animals, and I don't think we have any druids in the party, but she'll try to ask it. She'll like point at the boot. Where did you find this? Where boot? Show me boot?
The compy barks twice before turning around and bolting off into the undergrowth.
Uh, Ecclesia will turn around and say, guys, I think the compies know where the treasure is. Come on. And she will rush forward following the compy.
But that's a boot.
I'm down to follow some compies.
Is anyone else concerned about the fact that she's following a dinosaur?
Yes.
I've been nothing but concerned since she showed up.
I'm glad it's not just me.
We should make sure they don't get into trouble.
I suppose so, yeah.
Follow behind.
All right, well, you got it was a very good roll. I am going to need a survival check from people to track the compy, because it is quite fast. And it is not smart enough to slow down to follow you all, or to allow you all to follow it.
Thank you, Samudra.
Damn.
Only from those that are trained, or
Only from those who are trained. It is a trained action, and thankfully we got a good roll from Samudra there.
yeah. Okay.
So you guys are going to be able to follow the compies for the majority of the next 2.5 hours, about into the early afternoon, when you guys follow the tracks towards a campsite. Small clearing between some trees, and very clearly destroyed. Several tattered canvas and linen remnants, dried bloodstains. Several of the tents and whatnot are broken, shattered. A couple corpses here and there. Many of them relatively full still, but most of them due to be heavily. Actually, anyone who is investigating them, I suppose I would ask for a medicine check.
Yeah, I'll do that.
The biggest thing that you all immediately notice about the corpses, none of them have a head.
Oh. Should I just be blind?
Sweet.
Yes. And you guys can do perception here, you can do medicine, whatever you guys would like to specifically be doing or investigating.
I'm doing medicine.
I would like to inspect the heads to see if they were chewed off or sliced off.
Sure, that's a medicine check.
Okay.
Just a general recall knowledge be okay? Or
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
I don't know, creatures that take heads.
Medicine check should be blind, please, Smokes.
No problem.
Perfect. Okay.
Dang it.
Blind GM roll, not private. And you put in a recall knowledge roll, I see, which is perfect. Because that has medicine on it. So that's all good. Okay. Taking a look around, especially looking at the corpses, Alistair and Smokes, the two of you notice that most of them appear to have been beaten to death, but also show signs of burning on them. Large parts seem to have been chewed off of the bodies. You get the sense it was probably the compies, if not other creatures that have attacked these corpses. They appear to be more than a week old at minimum. Past that, it's a little bit hard to tell. Taking a look at them, though, Alistair and Smokes, you are able to tell that the heads were cut off with something very sharp.
They were beaten and then had their heads taken. They weren't taken by scavengers.
There are a large. I mean, you guys could spend some time searching around here if you wanted to search for anything usable or anything like that. Ecclesia, you'll definitely find some basic things with your perception check, but if anyone else wanted to be looking around, they're more than welcome to.
I would
Sure,
love to
maybe.
try to get some loot.
Or even some of their rations if they had any left behind.
Okay. River and Samudra, are the two of you looking around? Or are you just hanging back from the destroyed campsite, which is A-okay if so?
Yeah, I don't think River they would want anything to do with any of that.
Fair. All right. Taking some time to look around, you guys do find a number of things that all would have, and perhaps some mild value. A couple boots, a pair of leather belts that appear to be missing their belt buckles, a writing set. You do find 2 minor healing potions amidst all the debris.
Nice.
What appear to be 3 miniature wooden replica campfires that you can see have a few like arcane runes scratched into their surface on the underside. And you do find a writing set and several pieces of parchment, a few of which have been dyed in blood, kind of hidden underneath one of the corpses, but would still be relatively legible.
Can we tell what was written on the paper?
Yeah, absolutely. It was written in common, so no real issue there. Taking some time to look over it. It appears to be the notes of an expedition. The expedition of one Titus Ironshroud and his first mate Fedor Abdulov, who is apparently the author of these pages, detailing their butchering of a few local tribes in search of the Devil's Tide's treasure in the area.
Eh.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was gonna say I felt sorry for these guys, but not if they're those types of folk.
Good riddance.
And those
Kinner,
bodies that we found on the last session, those were natives?
they appeared to be, yes.
Okay.
Kinner is magic within 30 feet of you.
And I'll try to identify the miniature campfires.
Sure, absolutely.
This parchment's worth 10 gold? Really?
You can probably find some people who would be willing to buy that like buy those notes.
Oh, okay.
It's also quite high quality paper and ink on it, so the materials alone make these worthwhile, and there are definitely historians and people who like these things. I'd also say anyone who wants to, if they wished to give a recall knowledge to see if they recognize the name Titus Ironshroud, they could. It is a pretty high DC, but you guys can certainly try it.
A pretty good society, maybe. Oh, good chance.
There an identify?
No, you just use recall knowledge, and I know to add a +2 because of your read aura.
Identified as replicas.
All right. Yeah, easy enough for you to recognize they are minorly enchanted. They are marvelous miniatures of campfires. These are consumable magic items that you activate and they will transform into the object they depict. So each of these miniature campfires will transform into an active campfire that doesn't require any attending and remains fully lit for 8 hours.
That's pretty
That's
cool.
good since we're all bad at survival.
Surprisingly, Alistair, you do recognize the name Titus Ironshroud. That is
Ooh.
a free captain who commandeered the ship the Hell's Fury, one that frequents the waters around Devil's Arches.
Oh, I will share that information.
Honestly, I don't get it. Well, why do pirates have to be bad guys like this? Well, why can't they just, like, adventure and search for buried treasure and sail around?
Because then they wouldn't be pirates. That's why they're also called free captains.
But,
Well, th-
uh,
well,
uh,
there
uh,
are well, there are some free captains that can be described as benevolent. They tend to be not nice people.
wait, I thought pirates just sailed around and searched for buried treasure.
They loot and pillage.
Uh, oh,
All pirates aren't as nice as we are. Just keep that in mind.
I don't know if we can call
River's
ourselves
obviously
pirates yet.
joking, but like whether or not she knows that they're joking, it's totally up to you, Ellie.
I like how we have an odd number of boots.
Yes.
Is one of them a peg leg?
Yes. But also, strangely enough, you find 5 boots, there are 9 corpses. You have no clue where the remaining boots all went.
probably into the stomach of compies.
If we see shat out leather later, then we'll know.
Was anything else
Yeah.
magical or just those campfires?
Just those campfires and the healing potions.
Okay.
Actually, can you give me an Arcana check, please? This can be public. I will leave it up to you if you would like to hero point that or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
18.
You do sense lingering magical energy here. Just sort of in the air and in the wounds of some of these people. And you you haven't often come across this sort of energy yourself, but it has hints of what you could only describe to people as extraplanar.
Well,
They were attacked by something not of this plane.
Right, well, I immediately don't like that, so can we get the fuck out of here?
certainly. Let's let these scum rot in this forest.
All right.
No objects. I'm gonna check that writing set.
Uh,
No one objects.
Ecclesia looks uncharacteristically thoughtful for a moment before she snaps her fingers and says, "Well, okay. If these folks were attacked by extraplanar creatures, and then we have that ritual site with all the dead bodies, I mean, there's,
Yes.
and they were saying they were massacring locals. There's got to be some kind of connection here, right?"
Possibly.
Yes, it was possibly a summoning ritual that they were doing back there. So
Maybe they summoned the folks they wanted to summon, but it didn't end up well for them.
could be.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
I think that was one of the options on my
It was
failure.
indeed, yes.
Okay. Yeah. The other was they were consecrating it.
Yep. What an interesting thought process. That could very well be true. Who's to say? I wouldn't know.
So we need to be keeping an eye out for extra planar creatures.
Possibly. Can I sense motive on that? I wouldn't know.
You're trying to sense
Sense
motive on the
motive.
GM?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was Crackbeak.
Oh no, that's me.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I mean, hey, you can try and sense my motive if you'd like. I won't stop you.
Could someone with
DC
religion
100.
recall knowledge on what might have killed these people?
Yeah.
Religion, you say?
Since there might be extraplanar and might have been summoned. I don't know.
River. I mean,
Yeah.
if we're talking extraplanar, and we're talking about all the fire and ash, and these pirates, free captain and crew, sorry, frequented the waters around Devil's Arches, it could very well be creatures from hell. Good old devils.
I will relay that to my friends.
Cleachy just kind of clicks her tongues and says, devils. Why is it always gotta be devils?
Would you rather it be Fae? I can make it Fae.
Please don't make it Faye.
It should have been snakes.
Why'd it have to be snakes?
It's
Wrong campaign for that quote.
right. Let's move on, and hopefully whatever was summoned has gone back to its home plane.
Sure. As you guys continue your way on, the jungle begins to open up. Trees begin to recede a bit, and you notice the terrain begins to descend gradually. You guys can see that the jungle appears to open up before you as you all find yourself standing atop a plateau of some sort, looking out over the next miles of jungle beneath you. Not bad time we're making. Tell me, this is Crackbeak speaking, by the way. Take a good look around you all. Anything catching your eye down there?
I'll do a perception and see if anything does.
As you guys are doing this, I would like to know where everyone's astrolabe fragment is right now.
Mine is attached to the hilt of my Chris.
Okay.
Mine's in my bag.
Okay.
Cleachy is wearing hers around her neck.
Okay.
And so is River.
Okay. Are the ones being worn around your necks visible or under the shirt?
Cleachy's is visible.
Yeah, so is River's.
Perfect. As you all are taking a look out over the vast terrain laid out before you, Akleji, you notice one of the areas of the jungle seems to be glowing slightly.
How about that, Mr. Crackbeak? Pointing it out.
Look a little harder. Look through what you're looking at.
Cleege will attempt to look through.
As you focus in on that area of the forest, which everything appears to almost be wreathed in this bluish outline that is glowing, you quickly realize, or maybe even others would realize it before you, that your astrolabe fragment is glowing that same bluish color. The trees, the foliage that you're looking at, Akliji, all become transparent as you focus in, revealing a much more desolate area with a massive fissure in the ground.
I'm guessing the treasure is in that fissure?
Bingo.
Oh boy.
Those astrolabe fragments are supposed to help you see through the illusion. Might worry in that you're the only one able to do it so far, but might have to do with the distance. But that right there is the lock that was placed on the treasure. A powerful illusion meant to deter anyone from approaching the area. The astrolabe is supposed to make you immune to it.
Interesting.
Got maybe another 2 days or so of travel to get down there. Shouldn't take too long. All ready to push forward, or continuing to take in the view?
I'm eager to see what is in there.
I want
I'm
treasure.
ready.
All right. You guys continue. Beginning the slow descent down this large area, making your way down to lower elevation, still amidst the rainforest, but most of the time having this gorgeous view of your surroundings. And the day pretty quickly passes into evening, remaining just a relatively calm and peaceful journey. As day passes into night, you guys setting up camp anywhere? Or do you want to just keep doing your best to push forward?
Probably camp. I mean, do we really want to explore a desolate fissure?
Middle of night? Not really.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm fine with camping.
Sure. Well, what order watcher is everyone taking?
Probably same as last, I imagine.
Sure.
Okay.
Right.
Smokes,
Whoa.
Alistair, Akliji, Kin, River Samudra, is that correct?
Yes.
That sounds right.
All right. You guys are welcome to give me those perception checks. Okay. The night begins, passes in relative peace and serenity until a certain point. Where I am going to need everyone, once you load in, to position yourselves where you are.
Uh-oh.
As you are asleep during the deepest part of the night when Kin is on watch.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Where we position ourselves, or just
Yeah, just wherever
where
you
we are?
guys are sleeping. I imagine you're not necessarily grouped up in the center like this, and I don't have little tent icons for you guys. I apologize. Bad GM here, I know.
Here we get.
It being your watch, Kin, do you have lights or anything up?
Yeah, I would have used one of the campfires.
Okay. Absolutely. We'll do sort of like that for the campfire light. All right. As you all are asleep, aside from Kin, you sort of sticking near the campfire, keeping an eye out on the surroundings. Can everyone go ahead and roll initiative for me, please? This being perception based, and let me actually put
Man, +1 initiative because I'm unconscious.
Everyone is asleep at the moment, aside from Kin.
Where is the initiative
Yeah,
dice?
that is what is right under your perception, what you had switched
see
to
it.
athletics previously. That's why it was grayed out earlier. It'll only become visible if there is an actual initiative set up for you guys to roll on. And it should be perception that you're rolling right now for it. Okay. In the deep of the night, as everyone is fast asleep, Kin, you doing your best to keep an eye out, make sure everyone is safe and unharmed by what all might lie out in the wilderness of the night. But unfortunately, your vision is not good enough. And the creatures that move upon you all are quiet. As one is going to make a leaping charge through the undergrowth and attack you, Ecclegi.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
You are going to take 12 points of slashing damage right off the bat and are slammed awake as right at the edge of the firelight you see a raptor that has jumped through the undergrowth and just slashed its talons into you.
Ow. Ow.
Similarly, at just about the exact same time, another one is going to come leaping through the undergrowth
No.
at Alistair.
No, I saw your token there. Thing there, like, no, go away from me.
Just a regular hit against you, thankfully. For 4 points of slashing damage as you are slashed awake as well. And River, at the start of your turn, can you give me a perception check, please? As I imagine Equigi
Sure.
and Alistair probably cry out in pain at this. And
Yeah.
Kenny, you are startled by this attack. River, that is absolutely enough for you to come to consciousness at the beginning of your turn. And see these creatures.
What the fuck?
I
Oh,
just open up the counter tracker. I realize I get a hero point because I rolled a 1.
Yeah. I would also like everyone to make sure your armor is unequipped right now, unless it's something like explorer's clothing that you can wear comfortably while sleeping.
That's a big problem for me. I can't overcharge.
Oh, you can't? Ooh.
Yeah. I'm slower. Everything's bad.
Well, why can't you
You
overcharge?
should be able to overdrive just fine.
Can I? I thought it's tied to my Oh, okay.
You just have a bunch of small devices that are sort of attached to all your weapons. So you can overdrive just fine. You can't
okay.
explode, I believe.
Oh, okay. Darn, I can't explode, guys.
Who's getting a heal, River?
Equigi.
All right.
Thank you.
Very nice.
You should. Oh.
All right, and you've got 1 action left.
I think Smokes is okay. Smokes and Samudra are the only 2 that are still asleep.
You could use an action to shake Samudra awake if you'd like.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
All right. Samudra, you wake up amidst the firelight in the depths of the night to River shaking you awake. Mild panic. Smokes, at the start of your turn, could you also give me a perception check, please, to see if you wake up to this noise? Yeah, easy enough for you to... Oh. Did you mean to roll twice there?
No.
You gave me a blind roll, and then it looks to be a private roll as well.
Which one was I supposed to do?
The blind roll, the one you cannot see.
Okay, we can go with whatever I rolled for that one.
All right. Thankfully, it is enough that your ears catch what is going on, and you blink yourself awake near the fire to the sound of flesh tearing and magic incantations being spoken.
So I draw both my pistols, and I fire my flintlock pistol at the raptor I can see.
Okay. Which one? The one up near Alistair?
That's the only one I can see.
Sure. There is one right down here, a little outside of vision.
I'll fire at the one next to Alistair.
Okay. A couple things from where you are right now. You are prone at the moment, which does apply a penalty to your attack rolls. It is also... Kin is kind of directly in the way of it, so it will have slight cover if you were to attack it. You do get your 10 paces, so at the very least you can draw one of those firearms for free if you would like.
Okay.
And then I don't know if you would like to do anything with that. You would not have been able to get the free movement from it since you were prone, and you cannot step while prone.
Bloop.
But if you say wish to like stand up, stride, and then shoot, you could do that. You could crawl 5 feet and shoot.
I see what you're saying.
You've got a lot of options.
I'd like to stand up and move.
Sure, absolutely.
And that does not use an action point?
That uses one action apiece.
One.
So it's one action
Okay.
stand, second action move, and you've got one action remaining at this point. But there will be no penalties to your shot or bonuses to that guy's AC at this point.
So I get a free draw on the flintlock pistol?
Whichever gun you wanted to draw for free.
Ooh,
So either the pistol or the repeater.
wouldn't be able. I'll draw the repeater.
Okay, absolutely.
And then how do you target?
Hold or hover over the token you want to target and hit T on your keyboard.
Ow. I had to use an action to reload the repeater.
It would have already been loaded between combats. I imagine you're going around with it loaded and ready to go.
Right.
So,
There we go.
very nice. A 21 absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll damage. All right. The raptor is going to yelp out in pain as your gunshot echoes through the jungle in the middle of the night and lands on this raptor, drawing fresh blood. That is going to do it for you. And Kin, that brings us to you.
Does this have concealment?
That one to you, yes, it would be concealed at the very least because it is fully in darkness. And you...
There's no way for me to change that because.
you know what? Actually, it is in low light right now. It is not pitch black at this point. There's quite a bit of starlight and moonlight, and the trees are not fully overhead in this part of the forest. So I think you're able to see it just fine. I set the lighting to not be pitch black, because I think if I did that, you probably wouldn't be able to target it. I don't know. We're gonna assume it's a low enough light that you guys with low light vision can see what is not in the campfire.
Okay. I'm gonna stand up from the log I was sitting on,
Sure.
and I'm gonna stalk over here. As I hate this fucking jungle. And I'm gonna cast Briny Bolt on that.
Do you have the actions to do that if you stood up and moved?
Well, I wasn't prone, was
Oh,
I?
right. Yes.
I just flavor.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you for the reminder.
Here we go. It's gonna miss. Yep. I'm gonna hero point, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
You get the hero point back. But, Samudra,
Painful.
that's going to bring us to you.
I'm gonna stand up.
All right.
An electric arc.
Sure. Both of the two dinos. This one is slightly outside of 30 feet, so you would only be able to get this one up here. If you're okay with that.
Oh.
Very nice. Seven points of spirit damage. All right. As your magic slams into the dinosaur over Alistair's body as it is shocked awake. Very, very nice. Ecclesia, that does not bring us to your turn yet.
I figure.
Because there's more than two dinosaurs.
Yep. I see your cursor.
No, you don't. I gotta do that so you guys don't know where I am. Yeah, this one is going to jump out of the bushes towards you, River. A pack attack.
No.
Or not with a pack attack, with a leaping charge, my apologies. And it's just a regular hit. for 6 points of slashing damage to you as it comes dashing up through the undergrowth and slashes into you. That does take its entire turn to do so. Akleji, we are up to you.
That's me. Okay.
Yes, it
I'm gonna
is.
go ahead and stand up.
Okay,
Go ahead and draw my rapier.
sure.
And then go ahead and use dueling parry.
Sure. Get into a defensive position against this raptor. All right.
Actually, I'll take that back. I'll go ahead and go for a strike.
Okay. Why not?
I'll hero point it.
Okay.
There we go.
Very nice. That is absolutely a hit.
Okay.
For 5 points of damage. All right. You get precise strike if you don't have panache.
I do not. That's weird.
Very
There.
strange. All right.
Not yet.
Not yet. You will eventually. All right, Alistair. that's
5
gonna
days
bring
and
us to you.
count.
Oh boy, I'm gonna stand up.
Okay.
Draw my Chris. Since I fire. Oh, I already had Drew. Okay. And last action, I'm gonna strike this guy.
Sure. Oof.
I got 3 hero points. I'm gonna reroll that.
Might as well. Well, hey, you still got 3 hero points.
All right, cool. That's a good
Okay.
turn. Yeah, awesome.
Very,
Show me.
very effective.
I accomplished standing up.
And drawing your weapon.
Yeah.
Let me see here. This Velociraptor right here is going to use its first action to strike at you, Akleji, with its jaws. Going to attempt to actually bite you. Is going to hit for 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
It is then going to step here with its second action and make a leaping charge at Kin with its final action.
Hey, get back here.
So it is going to dash towards you, jumping over the remaining undergrowth and flashing its talons down towards you. For 6 points of slashing damage. All right. The other one's basically going to do the exact same thing. It's going to start by taking a bite at you, Alistair. With what it's got going on. Yes.
Do not want.
9 points of piercing damage to you. Oof.
Oh, that's bad.
Well, thankfully it's not focusing on you, as it is going to make a leaping charge towards Smokes with its next action. Make a Talon Strike, which will miss. And it is going to make one more Talon Strike at Smokes.
Are you people actually making me do cleric things?
Yeah. For 4 points of damage to you, Smokes. As you dodge the first claws, but the second ones come up and slash into you. All right. River, that brings us to you. Who's getting the heal?
The only other near-death motherfucker over there.
14 health back.
Ah, oh, thank you.
Welcome. Can I use
You
my
should probably-
Can I use my last action to kick this little motherfucker in the teeth to get him away from me?
Are you trying to shove him? Or are you trying to
Whatever.
just kick him?
Like, just kick. Just get the fuck out of here.
I mean, yeah, you can make an unarmed attack if you want.
You really need to
Cool.
stand at some point.
You could also just stand up so you're not taking an AC penalty anymore.
Oh my god, I've been sitting this whole time?
Yeah, you woke up and just started launching healing magic.
Okay, yeah, then I will stand up, actually.
Okay. Alright. Smokes, that'll bring us to you.
I am going to draw my flintlock pistol and fire it.
Go for it. 22 absolutely hits. 3 points of damage. Alright.
And then I'm going to fire my air repeater at it.
Go for it. Fortunately, a 9 is no dice there.
I'll use a hero point.
Alright.
Oh,
And remember, if you're using a hero point, you don't have to actually re-roll it. You can right-click the roll in the chat, and there's a re-roll using a hero point option.
oh,
And that way it just won't mess with your ammo count.
gotcha.
Because I'm not sure I really have a way to just increase... I should be able to... I'm not sure I can really adjust that capacity here. I know you've got one more round, though. Actually, oh, that's what I have to do. I don't know if that'll do anything. We'll find out. Ba-ba-bum. Kin, that's going to bring us to you. Frostbite on the one right next to you.
The one I'm targeting.
Sounds good. All the damage and a failure on its part. Full cold damage. All right.
And then with my last action, I will. Yeah, I'll cast Hand of the Apprentice.
Sure. Hey, it hit.
Alright, so it's a stave.
And I think if you drag the spell effect onto yourself, that's what'll give you the damage bonus on it.
Okay. Wait, did that not go on? Oh, here it is.
Nice. As it just takes your staff out of your hand and smacks it into the Velociraptor.
It goes vertically over and just like a pogo stick hits him on the top of his head.
Nice.
And flies back to my hand.
Absolutely.
That's my turn.
Samudra, that brings us to you.
I'll do electric arc and shield.
Nice. All right. Yeah, now you can get both of them with it. The top one is going to fail. The bottom one is also going to fail. They'll both take full damage. 7 points apiece. Very nice.
Shocking.
Whew. Definitely hurts them both. Alright, that is going to bring us to the Velociraptor right next to you, River. And it is... I mean, it's going to take a chomp. It has to. You're right there. For 5 points of piercing damage. It is then going to step to here and make a leaping charge over towards Kin.
Oh.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, I don't get my pack attack bonus here, but
Need one more.
need one more. And even being flanked, it is not going to be enough. It is going to miss you. So,
Yay.
Akleji, that brings us to you.
I'm gonna yeah, I'm gonna step. I'm going to try to intimidate. I do have
Okay.
intimidating glare.
Very nice.
Kind of growling at it.
Angry orc growl.
Okay.
Absolutely a success, granting you your panache.
I need to put panache
I
on
got
my
you.
hot bar.
Nice. It's also in the chat to drag on yourself when you use those
Yeah.
abilities, which is nice.
Right. And then I'll go ahead and do a finisher. I want to make sure
Sure.
this thing dies.
You get that half damage even if you miss. But you're gonna hit.
Okay.
11 points of damage. That is more than enough. Sticking the blade through the back of the Velociraptor's head, it is going to collapse as you withdraw the weapon.
Okay. That is my turn.
All right. Alistair, we're back to you.
Okay. Let's overdrive.
Okay.
I put your on. Hold on. What? Crafting. Go.
That's a success, an exact success.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Then I'll use interact to activate my relic.
Okay. Getting your lashing currents.
And a whip made of water will slash out at this silly little bugger.
That's a hit.
Yeah, baby.
3 points of damage. Very nice. All right.
And I assume the interact to activate the relic is a action of its own, right?
That is an action of its own, yes.
Okay.
So,
Then that's my turn.
all right. That's going to bring us back to that raptor's turn. It is going to make a will save at this point, and it is going to attempt to flee. Being so heavily injured. It's gotten a mouthful of meat that it wanted, but this is not worth its life. So it is going to attempt to flee into the undergrowth. So vanish into the darkness. And River, that brings us to you. Very nice, that's a hit. Love to see it. 4 points of spirit damage dealt to it. All right. And you've got 1 action left.
Congrats, Smokes. Get guidance, did.
All right. And drag
Shoot
that
it,
effect onto
Smokes.
yourself, Smokes.
What am I doing?
The spell effect guidance, you can drag that from chat onto your token. And that is a way for you to give yourself a +1 bonus to your next attack roll.
Got it.
And just in time, that's going to bring us to your turn.
All right, I'm gonna reload my flintlock.
Sure.
And fire at that raptor.
Are you doing just a regular reload, or did you want to do your special reload?
I get a -4 penalty to doing it on things that don't speak.
If you are attempting
Right.
to demoralize them, yes. But you can attempt to create a diversion as well, which uses your deception modifier, which is just lower than intimidation in the first place. But demoralizing has no penalty for failing or critically failing. and create a diversion technically does. Actually, no, it doesn't. Yeah, neither of them have any penalties on yourself for failing or crit failing them.
Ew. Well, I already clicked the reload button.
Well, I'm
Just
willing
roll
to
with it.
let you do those if you'd like.
Sure. I'll give one a whirl. How do you activate it?
Yeah, if you can either put Raconteur's Reload in chat first if you want, or if you... actually, I guess it depends. Do you wish to demoralize or create a diversion against it?
We'll try demoralize. Why
Okay.
not?
Actually, I'm sorry, I'm giving you too many options. At the moment, you cannot demoralize because it is not within 30 feet of you. It is 35 feet away.
Let's see if diversion have a foot limitation as well.
Nope.
And I drag it into the chat.
There's actually create a diversion in your basic action macros. So if you hit 2 on your hotbar, you should see 3 different versions of create a diversion on the leftmost column near the bottom. You can choose the one you want. Demoralize is also right there as well for if you do that in the future. Not quite enough, but the gun is reloaded just the same. It just does not make the Velociraptor off guard to your attack.
Got it. Back up here, so let's fire.
A 22 absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll damage. 5 points of damage. Very nice.
And then for my last action, firing with the air repeater.
Sure. So if you want to use your... Ooh. So that is going to miss by 1. However, you have not used your guidance yet. Normally, do you know how when you go to strike, it pulls up that dialogue box that has all the options that apply to your shooting?
Yes.
That is where you would turn guidance on. It is off by default. If you would have liked to use guidance on this shot, I will allow it, which would have turned it into a hit.
Okay. Do I need to re-roll or anything?
Nope.
Got you.
Forgetting we have guidance is like the biggest thing across all games.
Then I just roll for damage?
Yes.
Got you.
And that's another 4 damage on it. Very, very nice. All right.
And that's my turn.
Kin, we're up to you.
We'll move right there. I will drain bonded item
Sure.
to get Briny Bolt back, and then I'll cast it on him.
Why not?
Can I use this? Okay, I'll just restore it this way. And
you can either restore it or you can just put the spell in the chat when you do it. I don't particularly care.
I don't feel left out. I'm going to target 2.
25 absolutely hits.
All right. So it is blinded for 1 round.
Yeah. And it is going to take 8 points of bludgeoning damage. All right. Very, very nice. Samudra, that brings us to you. There's 1 raptor left. It's on the edge of death. Samudra? She may have stepped away for a moment.
Let me go check on her 1 minute.
Sure. Alright, and because it's blind, it is effectively off guard to everyone also, which is Rude.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Welcome back, Samudra. Raptor's almost dead. You're up if you'd like to do anything. It is blind at the moment. All right. A 14 will hit because it is off guard from being blinded. So go ahead and roll damage. 6 points of damage. That is exactly enough to take it down. That is going to be the second Velociraptor collapsing to the ground between yours and the King's Magic, slamming into it. Very well done. The nighttime marauders collapse. 2 of them falling dead to the ground, the third one disappearing back into the undergrowth on death's door itself, but seemingly escaping for now. That's where we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. So stand up, stretch, grab some water, and I will see you all in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone. The raptors have just collapsed to the ground, deceased at your feet. If there is...
Start tending to wounds.
Sure.
I was having a wonderful dream, too.
I don't know how I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
While wounds are being tended to, Akleji's gonna start cutting some meat off of the raptors.
Ah,
Sure.
I'm gonna hero point that because I can.
Hey,
There
look
we
at you go.
That's 2d8.
Ooh.
Nice.
15 health back to you, River.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, KG, you are more than welcome to begin cutting off some meat for fresh food supplies for your group.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming everyone's comfortable eating raptor.
Whatever isn't palatable, like when she gets the muscle meat off, she'll toss the bodies back into the brush if the compies are anywhere nearby.
Sure. You don't think the compies might have led the raptors to you?
No, they would never do that.
Betrayal.
The compies are my friends.
Aha. The compy mafia snickering in the undergrowth, planning their next hit.
Oh no. For the next set of 10 minutes, I'll work on Kin.
Sure. I don't think I'm going to require rolls if you don't want to be making them. If you want to make them, you're more than welcome to, but I'm not going to require them if you don't wish to.
Okay. I don't have assurance yet, but... He's down 9.
Reloading a fresh magazine in smokes.
Oh, would heal Kinroll totally.
Fantastic.
Oh no,
button.
I killed him.
Wrong button.
You stabbed him to death. How could you? I thought you were friends.
I might need to have my doctor's license revoked.
I didn't know I had
Actually-
shark blood.
Oh no. My weakness.
So the IV does not go in the artery? Okay.
That's how you get the bad blood out faster.
Is that how that works?
Yeah. Now do work on. I can never pronounce her name.
Akleji.
Akleji. 10 points.
Thanks, boss man.
Aklajai.
Yeah,
That's how I'm going to pronounce
Half
your
a-
name.
Pronounce my name Aklajai and I will hurt you.
Fantastic. How to get Akleji hate an NPC instantly. Noted.
Oh, right.
All right. Well, is there anything you guys want to do? Or are you just planning on going back to sleep for the rest of the night?
Yeah, let's finish up rest. So we're cooking these raptors, and so we won't have to use rations for the.
Yes, you
the
will not
day?
have to use rations tomorrow, at least,
Excellent.
since you have raptor meat to consume.
Nice.
And you guys are
None
all...
of you are vegetarian, right? Vegan? Any of you?
No.
Okay, good.
Fish Kanya? Vegetarian? Hang on.
You are part snake.
You say that like I know. So, what?
Snakes eat meat,
So,
Okay, great.
so it is your personal choice if you would like to be vegetarian or vegan. I don't believe there are any ancestries that are inherently vegetarian or vegan, or have dietary restrictions in any meaningful way in Pathfinder.
I mean, unless she's photosynthesized, and I
Well,
think
okay,
Gorgons do
fair.
too.
I suppose.
yeah, but unless she's a weird.
Fleshies aren't real people.
Oh, the horse people, the zebra people, they're strictly vegetarian. The Galoma, the ones with the bunch of eyes.
That's fair. The cowards.
They're
Damn.
Anyways,
well, but it's lore stuff. Let's anyways. Sleep.
you guys are welcome to take your long rest at this point, finishing up and coming to the next morning. As you all rest to the best of your abilities following the raptor incident in the middle of the night. And wake up in the morning having not been assaulted any further.
Oh, good.
It'd be crazy if I just said, hey, you guys wake up, you're all missing an arm. They got eaten in the middle of the night, sorry. How'd you not wake up through it? I don't know.
I have my reasons.
Yeah. Right? Magic bullshit, that's the reason.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, today is theoretically the day which you all could arrive at the Fisher and claim the treasure if that's where you're going.
Yeah, let's go.
I do wonder how we're going to get the treasure back, though.
Did you all not bring bags?
Oh, some bags. If it's a substantial amount of treasure, clearly we can't take it all back.
Well,
Is it possible to craft bags?
you could definitely take some time while you guys are out here to craft some bags out of the local flora, if you wished. That would definitely be a possibility.
I'm just thinking in terms of pure bulk.
Yeah. I mean, you guys could possibly either bags or even just like something that you could pile on top of and pull with you. You could probably make something like that
Okay.
if you wished. Your travel back will be probably slow going,
Yeah.
depending on how overloaded. There's also nothing saying you have to bring it all back in one trip.
That is true.
If you, there might be some concerns if you all were to show back up in port carrying mass amounts of treasure from nowhere. Even if most people abide by a code, there's going to be likely some that'll see that easy amount of coin, and if they don't attack you straight up, they might at least try and steal from you when you're not paying attention. So bringing a more surreptitious amount might not be a bad idea.
Oh, I guess.
That's just my 2 cents. You're free to do whatever you want with it, though. The treasure is yours. You're the ones with the key.
There is wisdom in that. Let's see what we find first.
Making this trip every time we need money doesn't sound great.
It doesn't sound particularly fun. You can always move it somewhere else as well. If you wished to move it closer at all. But by the time you need more money, this trip should also probably be a lot easier on you. You'll have the strength to avoid any sorts of minor complications like these.
Just want to point out that if this were Bloodlords, Aranth would be giggling. They're thinking about how deceptive this would be for any other dumb, silly little idiots that want to come out here and find the treasure, but find that we moved it. And they just die in the attempt.
Well,
Those other guys died in an attempt.
those other guys did die in the attempt. Well, as your final day, as you approach the treasure, what exploration actions are people taking?
I'll investigate in.
Okay.
I'll just continue searching.
River, how about you?
I think they would. I think they would just probably be keeping an eye out on the tree line while we,
More than
They
welcome to do so. Okay. The morning progresses as you all continue to head down the cliffside, effectively making your way towards the fissure where the treasure, getting ever so closer as the day progresses. Excitement probably beginning to build, I imagine, for many of you, as riches untold have never been closer to you. Clouds begin to cover the sky overhead. Not rain-filled heavy clouds, but just a light cover that cools down the air slightly as you go, making this one of the more pleasant days of travel. As you guys reach the bottom of the cliff and continue for the next few hours towards the treasure, one by one, those of you who have it visible begin to notice your astrolabe fragments glowing softly. Just a small blue glow emanating from them. At around the time you notice this, River, you notice a small group of corpses half buried in the nearby underbrush.
That doesn't look good.
These are non-muddy and thus worthless boots on these corpses.
How
Just to
many
specify.
boots?
I would like to examine the bodies.
Okay.
I will make a medicine check.
Sure. More than welcome to pull them out and take a look at them.
Happened to these fellas? Let's find out.
Most of them are just bones at this point, but not like bodies that have decayed to the point of being bones, but bodies that have had all meat devoured from them to the point of becoming bones. You can see notches and jagged bite marks in many of the bones as well. These appear to be 4 humanoid individuals. Some of them they're all wearing armor, though 2 of these sets of armor appear fully destroyed, and there are 3 weapons, all covered in dried blood stains as well, kind of nearby them in the underbrush. What look to be halberds. Kin, there is absolutely magic within 30 feet of you.
Halberd to say. Too bad none of us are strength-based.
If anyone wishes to do some searching around here, they're more than welcome to give me a perception check.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get in on that jam.
Pay 0 attention to your roll streak, Smokes. Pay no attention to that. Yeah, absolutely. Taking a look around, between these 4 corpses, there are still 2 usable chain shirts that you guys could take. There are a total of 3 halberds. One of them appears to look regular for the most part, but there is a single arcane rune engraved along the haft of the halberd. You guys, those of you who have any sort of training with magic, would automatically understand this to be a fundamental rune of some sort. You don't know the exact effects of it, though. Kin and Ecclegi, the 2 of you, also find a few things sort of hidden in the brush by these corpses as well. Perhaps were in bags or in pockets. You're not entirely sure. But you do easily recognize what are a pair of lesser antidotes. What appears to be a small golden chain necklace with paradots in it that probably has some value.
Mm-hmm.
And 1 more vial. Glass vial. It has a stopper that's sort of seemingly designed to be easily opened, and it is filled with a golden liquid that appears to just be rapidly vibrating inside of it.
Clegia will go and take a closer look at the vibrations, I suppose.
Sure. More than welcome to.
I'm going to attempt to identify the rune on the halberd.
Go for it.
With read aura, so just add a +2 to this.
Add a +2. Yeah, it's easy enough for you spending a bit of time to recognize the minor potency rune that is engraved upon the halberd.
So it's +1 halberd.
Yeah. Kleiji, were you attempting to identify that golden liquid? Or just
No.
taking a look at it?
Yeah, just taking a look
Okay.
at it.
It is moving inside that vial.
Mr. Inventor Man, Mr. Alistair, can you take a look at this?
I could try. Recon knowledge.
Taking a look at it, I mean, the design of the vial itself is very well made. There is effectively a quick little latch that instead of having to take a moment to actually like pull a cork out, it's effectively a small trigger or button that you press that just pops the top completely open on there. You don't see anything inside the vial that would be agitating the liquid like it is. That appears to be some sort of inherent effect of the liquid. To your best guess, it's magic.
Kinro, do you have...
we'll read aura again.
I'll show it to Kinro and see if he has any ideas.
Yeah. Because of your read aura, you are aware of what this is, Kin, after a moment.
Wow.
Smokes, you actually would recognize it as well. This is a potion of emergency escape. It is a single action to activate if it's in your hand, and it sets you to fleeing for a minute, granting a plus 40-foot status bonus to all speeds during the duration, and then immediately lets you stride as part of that action as well.
Oh, wow.
So if you need to get out of dodge, this is the potion for you.
Oh, is that interesting?
It's the one person survives the TPK potion.
Strange, though, that these people don't seem to have used it.
Perhaps they got ambushed, didn't have time to use it.
Possibly.
Or they didn't know what it was.
It was the Mist Man again, wasn't it?
The Mist Man.
All right.
Well, the rune on the halberd is a simple potency rune.
Ah.
I can probably take that off and give it to someone else when we get back to civilization.
Once someone has the magical crafting feat, yes.
Absolutely. Give someone a little bonus to their weapons, at least, once you get back to town.
Yeah.
Anything else, or are we just pushing forward?
Yeah, may as well push forward.
Do you want to check those chain shirts? If they're in serviceable condition, we could sell those as well.
Yep. Each of the corpses appeared to have a chain shirt. Only 2 of them were in, like, good enough condition that they would have any value. The other 2 are complete scrap at this point. They have been mangled. They're just completely ruined.
And that wind sounds like it's making some groaning noises, and I don't like it.
Pay 0 attention to the funny wind noises. You've been hearing them for like 2 days at this point.
Let's move on.
It's natural ambiance of the rainforest. You get used to it. You'll hear stranger things when we're out on the open waves. We are only about an hour away from the Fisher at this point, I think, so you should all start coming into sight to you soon.
Excellent.
I'll take out my astrolabe piece now.
Yeah? It is absolutely glowing. Now, I'm going to need someone to just drag me along as well.
Drag
Maybe.
you along?
The illusion
That-
over the fissure is meant to deter people and drive them to inherently avoid it. I should be able to overcome it, just mental training and all that, but just to be sure, probably best that you all have someone keep an eye on me in case I just start moving in another direction.
Fair enough, I guess.
You have no idea how easy it is to have magical protection.
Just tie a rope around you and one other person.
Perfect.
So I'll tie a rope around my waist and then around his, I guess.
Sure. And as you all continue forward for the next hour or so, I'm actually going to give a will save for Crackbeak here. Thankfully, he will be fine. He will not be disoriented by the illusions covering the area. And eventually, as you all progress forward, the trees begin to give way to large rocks in the area. The grass gives way to just hard, packed dirt. There are a few dead trees still remaining in the open clearing before you. No leaves on their branches, dead lichen covering the ground near them. And in the center of the clearing, a maybe 150 foot long, 120 foot long fissure in the dirt. At its widest, as far as you can tell, perhaps 40 feet. Not the biggest, but definitely not small. And you all have arrived where the treasure is.
Oh boy.
What? What was that noise for?
Because I saw the initiative tracker.
Oh shit.
Nothing
You were
can
not
go
supposed to see
wrong.
that.
Oh, I
All
I
went
see.
wrong.
That is a
I do
failure
not-
on my part. I apologize.
I do not see the initiative
That
tracker.
was from old plans, not the current plans.
Ecclesia is going to very cautiously approach the fissure.
For no particular reason, right?
Well, if that's where the treasure is, she needs to approach it anyways.
That's fair. Yeah. You can see a sort of white steam emanating up from the fissure as a few of you begin to approach. You all remember to bring rope, right?
Of course.
I
even have a climbing kit.
Oh,
Even better. Then you're going down to start bringing it back out, right?
I guess so.
No, the one who brought the climbing kit.
Oh,
I look down to see how far down it is.
Give me a perception check.
Oh, okie dokie.
Let's see. You do not even have low light vision. Okay.
No, I don't.
It
I'm
appears
the
to
wrong person to do this.
It appears to go down, as far as you can tell, pretty far. There is a sort of white steam that is filling the fissure past maybe 100 feet that you can't really see below any further.
That's over 100 feet deep. I don't think our rope's going to cut it.
Can't we just combine our ropes and...
Oh, I suppose we could do that.
Akleji's gonna take a look too, specifically searching for anything that might be down there.
Sure, give me a perception check. Similarly to Alistair, you can't see anything beyond that steam at the bottom. But one thing you do begin to notice is a very acrid smell in the air.
Like sulfur, perhaps?
Yeah, I'd say sulfur's a good smell. Very pungent.
I'd like to
Is
search the area for threats.
Sure. Interesting. Taking a look around, it's less something physical you see, Kin. But on the far side of the fissure, you can see what appears to be a seam in the air. About the size of a person, a straight vertical line where reality has split at some point. And you can vaguely see every couple seconds what appears to be a flame sprout from that split and kind of lick the air for a moment before winking out of existence once more. Someone has used space warping magic there recently.
Okay. Someone's been here.
I could have told you that. My corpse is just thrown into a fucking bush.
There's a rip in reality across the way there.
Akleji's gonna turn to Mr. Clackbeak.
Crackbeak?
Crackbeak, yes. And say, are you sure this is the right place, boss?
Can I recall knowledge on what spell they might have cast?
You may certainly, yeah, absolutely. You aren't sure the exact spell, Kinriel, but you do recognize that is the hallmark of a teleportation effect. You are not certain. Actually, no. You would be certain. That was the entry point. So, someone left from there.
One just teleported away before we arrived. Some form of teleportation magic.
Maybe not necessarily that recent, but the lingering magic is there. As far as you can tell, anytime in the last 48 hours would be when that effect was created.
In the last couple days.
If someone
curious.
took our shit, I want to go through that portal and find them.
If they're able to cast such sort of magic, they might be a bit much.
It could have just simply been a dimension door. I don't know. Translocation.
Still here?
You don't see signs of anyone.
Okay, well, if they left, I mean, hopefully that's good. Means we won't have to fight any bad things. We can just get the treasure and leave.
They already took the treasure.
You don't know that. Maybe there's another lock they have to get by and they didn't know how to do it.
Okay.
Is anyone?
Is only the
Okay.
treasure down there, Crackbeak?
It's all that should be down there, though. The steam is new.
Okay then.
As
How
he
did the crew
mentions
used to
that,
get?
though, most of you notice the steam thinning, beginning to. I don't really want to use the term grow weaker for steam. It doesn't feel right, but it appears to be running out, I suppose.
Oh, that might be good.
Let's pull our ropes together and start heading down.
What was your question, Alistair?
I was going to ask, how did the crew tend to get down there? Just by climbing down?
Well, yeah, if we were getting things out, we would climb down, but when we were putting things in, we'd mostly just toss it.
Oh. Curious.
Okay,
Oh,
so there's no vases down there.
No. If there were precious things like that, they would have been carried down normally, but for the most part, it was very cathartic to just dump coin in there. If you dump coin into just a massive pit in the ground,
No.
recommend doing it at least once.
I'll keep that in mind. Do you know how deep this is?
Should be only around 150 feet.
Alright, so we need 3 ropes at least. Oh wait. No, we do
It
have
also
to
means 2 of us can go down there.
2 at a time, yeah.
So who all are you sending down into the fissure of sulfurous steam? Actually, the steam is not what smells of sulfur.
I'll go ahead and go. I don't know who else wants to come with me.
I want to go down, but my athletics is only +3, so I'm a little scared.
I'm not going to require athletics rolls for this.
Oh, okay, then I'll go down.
This is not something that there is a time limit on, per se.
Then I certainly would like to go down.
Okay.
The portal is just a remnant, right? It
Yes.
can't be used again.
Yeah, that
for
is.
them to come back.
It is a remnant of the magical energy. And I feel like I should probably mention, Kin, you barely noticed it. It took. That was almost just a shot of major luck that you even saw it in the first place.
Okay.
Alistair and Ecclesia, the two of you are making your way down the ropes into the pit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you guys tie the ropes together, tie them off at the top so you guys can climb down. You begin making your way down the rocky, root-lined walls of this fissure towards the bottom where the treasure you're so after resides. As you approach the 100-foot mark and the steam that almost seems to create a barrier before you, who touches it first?
Probably a Cleegee.
Can you give me a will save, please? Blind.
Sure. Can I ask if this is a divine effect?
What is your bonus on a divine effect?
+1 status.
Okay. Do not turn it on, but I will keep it in mind.
Mm-hmm.
because it's also, you gain a status bonus to spells from that tradition, not just any divine effect.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. As your foot touches down on this steam, there is a brief moment, the briefest of moments, Akleji, where you are filled with this overwhelming sense of deja vu. Before you kind of shake your head, and that barrier of steam is gone.
Oh. Okay, cool.
And the two of you and anyone who's looking over from the top of the pit can see the bottom of the fissure at this point, about 50 feet away from you. The ground littered with coin. Though not a large amount of coin, but coin nonetheless.
You down?
Certainly a few hundred pieces at least.
Hey, is this how much there was supposed to be?
No, that is starting funds for a crew. That's what that looks like. That's nowhere near the amount of treasure that should be in here.
River, you were right. I'm sorry.
What was that? I couldn't hear you.
I said you were right, River.
What?
About they already took the treasure.
They already what?
They already took the treasure.
Huh. All right.
Well,
River looks at everybody else. I just want to let you all know that I could hear her. I just wanted to be reaffirmed that I was right.
and I'm like, I think she did hear you. She just wanted to hear you say that again.
Oh.
Are you guys still progressing to the bottom?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's definitely a few hundred coins sort of scattered across the ground. The majority appears to be copper and silver, but there are a few dozen gold pieces at the minimum. There is also off to the side what appears to be a couple barrels, maybe 2 in total.
Let's.
Which
Barrels.
So those barrels are going to be going over the plunder system for this campaign, which is going to be treasure that represents more trade goods and commodities. These are not an exact value because you guys will have to spend downtime actually selling them in a port city of your choice for value.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, a point of plunder is equivalent to about 100 gold, but you won't necessarily be able to sell it for that much. And we'll get into that a bit later when you guys get back to town and can actually work on selling it. But you have acquired your first point of plunder at this point.
We are
Let's get
real
these-
pirates now.
Let's get these tied. Well, I mean, we need a ship first, but let's get these barrels tied up and go. This coin collected.
Yeah,
Get it out of here.
absolutely. It's 1 point of plunder. In total, there is a single platinum piece of unparalleled beauty and shininess. There are about 85 gold pieces, right around 230 silver pieces, and a little under 290 copper pieces, for right around a total of 120 gold in value. of just littered coin on the floor. Alistair and Ecclesia, can the two of you give me a perception check, please, while you're down here?
Certainly.
Alistair, you're a bit more aware of the various metals and their properties. As you are picking up all of the round circular coins, you come across something else. Maybe about the size of your hand, a jagged shard of metal, as if it's been broken off from some larger object. The color of it seems to be constantly shifting. At one moment, it's a deep iridescent blue. The next, a much more pure metallic silver shifts to greens to purples. One side is beautifully smooth. The other has these sort of strange, delicate etchings covering it, resembling sort of this mix of like a geometric patterns and some unknown script.
Huh. I'll do a call knowledge on that, see if I can figure anything else about it.
Sure. This is not a metal you are aware of existing. You do not know the name of this,
All right.
or what properties it has, or anything.
Ask the others when we get back up top and see if anyone else knows what this is.
Weird.
As you guys slowly hoist up the piles of coin, the plunder, and Alistair, you eventually climb out with this metal fragment. The treasure, question mark, of the Devil's Tide is in your hands. Though, it seems from what you've found so far, you might not have been the first ones to find it.
Well, that just means, like River said, we're gonna have to find the people who took the treasure and beat them up and take it back.
There you go. Well, I think in order to do that, you all will need to be much stronger than you are now. And while these last few days haven't necessarily been fun, they have been full of good experience for you all. Having the time to rest and digest that here, that is going to be where you all hit level 2.
Yay!
Wahoo!
Level 2.
That'll
Level
also
2.
be where we end our session for today, so you guys have an opportunity to level up here.
All
So-
right, hit me. How many fucking spell slots am I getting now?
You're a cleric. You're getting one more first rank spell slot.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Call that armor. I will never be armorless during night again.
Hey, there you go. Well, I will stick around for a bit so you guys can do your level ups, but thank you all so much for showing up today. I do so hope you enjoyed,
Yeah.
and I'll see you all next time.
Assurance for medicine. Yeah.